sorry that I am late, nearly 15 minutes late. I was rushing around. I didn't even want to take the time to post an update that I was running late because, of course, you knew that because I wasn't on. And I'm here. So it's been a crazy couple days since I saw you all at the Crop for Grain Gold, which I have a very exciting update. You might notice I look a little, like maybe I went for a run, except I didn't. I just flew. I didn't fly. I just just got home from driving to South Carolina to pick up my mom. She lives in outside of Greenville, South Carolina. So it's upstate South Carolina. Thankfully, no flooding that's going on in North Carolina and Western North Carolina. But she hasn't had power and water because they're on a well since Friday, since the storm rolled through there. Anyway, so we had our awesome Crop for Grain Gold on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday, after a quick stop in Savannah for a Savannah Bananas game with Faith, I headed on up to South Carolina to check on the family. Sunday was the first time I was able to talk to my mom. And so anyway, it took some talking to get her to pack up and leave. And my niece owns a coffee shop outside of Greenville, which miraculously was like the only like coffee shop in Greenville that had power. So everyone, that place, it was slammed and everyone was coming in to like charge their devices. And so I told my niece I would help out at the coffee shop yesterday. So I was like, I'm not a barista. I don't even know how to make coffee on those fancy things. So I just manned the register. And all day yesterday, after picking up 30 gallons of milk from the farm where she gets it, the farm was up and running. And so anyway, I just got home about 6 o'clock tonight. Went through the totals from the weekend, got everything ready. So apologize for running late. Literally, as I went live, I hear my mom's phone ring, and my brother said they just got power. So I promised my mom that I would drive her back to South Carolina when she got back power. So I don't know if that's tomorrow or when that is, but soon I'll be headed back and then coming back. So it's about, with bathroom stops, it's about 7.5 hours without traffic. So it's a day. It's a day. Anyway, glad to be back here in my seat with you all. I know you are looking forward to hearing our great news from this weekend. And so, yes, I look a little disheveled. That's part from car, part from not having showered since I was last home on Saturday night after the crop. So this is like part Savannah Banana game, part coffee shop working, part, sleeping with no air in South Carolina. So, and no water. So anyway, I'm looking forward to my shower immediately after this live. Aren't you glad you can't smell through the live tonight? Oh my goodness. All that's probably more that you need to know. And that's probably because, I'm just a little exhausted. Happy to be here though. So as usual, you must be in the feed to be a big winner tonight. And let's see, let me put on my little reminder here. Okay, so there will be an in the feed drawing. You have to be present to win, and we're going to make a great page tonight. What's happening with my mouse? Why don't we want to work right now? You have power. Okay, what's happening? All right, so many thanks for those of you watching on my YouTube channel, and subscribe to me on my YouTube channel, which is DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com, or not.com, just Daytona Area Scrapbooking. That is the easiest way for you to catch up on past videos, and they are arranged in playlists so that you can catch up on anything you missed. So tonight we're doing a project recipe. We're going to make a 2-page spread. And here in just a couple minutes. This is the grand total. Oh, I meant to do a drum roll. Thank you to everyone who sponsored Golden Hearts and donated auction items and bought raffle tickets and bid on silent auction items, all the things. The reverse raffle was super fun. This is the most we've raised from a scrapbooking event. We raised about $5,700 from Go Gray last time. And then we added on all those Splash Mob events. So we had a Splash Mob event at Masterpiece Jewelers and Ritter's and different things. And so it was about $6,300 in May when we added those other things on. So about an extra $500 from all the little extracurricular Splash Mob events. So just from our 4 days of scrapbooking this year, we've raised over $11,000 for the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation. So congratulations, everyone. You are amazing, and you definitely have hearts of gold. And as soon as I get a shower, I will do a proper post thanking all of our donors and of raffle prizes. And so thank you so much. What an amazing 2 days we had, and just what a blessing it was that we could have it. Here we had a Cat 4 hurricane make landfall in Florida Thursday, and then blow on up toward North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, and all of our friends up there. I mean, Crystal made awesome cups. And we actually have 2 mediums and a small left if anyone is interested in purchasing those cups. But Crystal made cups, and she wasn't able to be there Friday because she lives in the Big Bend with her husband, and they have a farm. And of course, they had to deal with Helene and deal with cleanup and making sure all the animals were safe. But she was there, Saturday morning to support Cannonballs for Cane. So just, you guys continue to show over and over how amazing you are. You come out the morning after Cat 4 hurricanes make landfall. We had people driving over from the Gulf Coast. Lois and Vicky drove over to participate in the event, and so it's just amazing. And I know I'm overtired, but your generosity just continues to blow me away every time we have an event. So thank you so much. I mean, over $11,500 from 4 days of scrapbooking. And that doesn't even include what we did in January for the VFW itself. So over $15,000 is what we've raised, and we'll still do a open house gift card, a drive for Simon's Angels, another local foundation. So you guys always just rise to the challenge, and you're amazing. And I am so blessed to know each and every one of you. So thank you. If you're watching this and you're like, oh wow, hey, I'd like to help with that, it's not too late. I would love to change those numbers. I'd love to break 6,000. You can donate at cannonballs.org. Right in the top left of the website is a donate button. You can use credit card, you can use PayPal. So if you weren't able to participate, but you usually do, or you weren't able to participate because you're new to this community and just being, part of Daytona area scrapbooking, but you want to, join us and in supporting this amazing foundation, we would love to have you do that. It's not too late. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And like I said, I would love to change the number and post a new little square on Facebook with an updated number. It's not too late to do that. So thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for always coming out, for being so amazing. I don't know. I just can't say thank you enough. So you're amazing. On that note, on to the next. We have tool time with Tara next week, so hope you'll join me for that. And then the virtual crop, October 11th to the 15th. That is the Creative Memories virtual crop. But when you submit your post and add the hashtag Daytona Area Scrapbooking, you will be entered to win some CM credits from me. And then, of course, we have Techie Tuesday. Oh, I forgot to add my slide, but we've got Croptoberfest, which many of you at the event this past weekend hopped onto my website, register for Croptoberfest. It's not too late. But I do have to put in an order for tables for this event. I need to rent tables. So I do need to rent tables. So make sure you get those registrations in for Croptoberfest. It's on Friday, October 18th, and that'll be from 1 to 9. And then Saturday, October 19th, from 10 to 6. So 8 hours both days. Includes lunch on Saturday and dinner on Friday. All right. And then don't forget to say hey, and thanks to everyone to say hi. Thank you, Stacy and Tracy, for always donating your beautiful jewelry. A piece over $500, or right at $500 for the silent auction, and then the other pieces. So amazing. And if you're just hopping, I don't know if you're just saying hi or if you're just hopping on, but we raised nearly $6,000 this past weekend. And so thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And now it's time for a project recipe. So do look for later, after I get a shower. Look for a post with pictures throughout the day. We had 10 amazing women. One of them wasn't able to be with us, Gina, who always donates amazing albums. She purchased last Tuesday. She was the first one to purchase the Golden Heart. And so we had 9 ladies, actually only 8 ladies, purchased Golden Hearts, because one of them purchased 2 hearts. And so we got them up on stage and acknowledged them. So those ladies, those 9 ladies sponsored an entire grant for the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation. And then we did our reverse raffle, and that was super fun as always. So it was a great day. I've got lots of pictures. I will post them, I promise. And I will check the Cannonballs and see if anyone else has made a donation. Like I said, it's not too late. You can hop off this live and go to cannonballs.org and make a last minute donation, $5, $10, $100, whatever you want. You can message me if you want one of the cups that's still left over. Like I said, we have a medium and a large, and they say crop for gray and gold. So anyway, we will do our project recipe now, but you guys are amazing. Let's see. Let me change this camera. Turn on the light. And what are we doing here? So we've got a retreat. I don't know why this always seems crooked to me. It's like the camera. I think my connection is a little precarious. here's our project recipe. If you haven't gotten the recipe yet, then you will want to go to Daytona Area Scrapbooking. While you're there, you can sign up for Croptoberfest. Also sign up for Project Recipe. It doesn't cost anything, but you'll get the PDF. You'll want to do that before 8:30 tonight. So otherwise it will disappear and you won't get to do that. So if you want this project recipe, and I suggest you collect them each month, it's always good to just sign up, and that way you've got them even if you can't do it and participate with me live. You've got the link to the PDF, and then you can come back to it. All right, so this project recipe, very straightforward, no punches. It really features the custom cutting system, and this is why part of the reason why I was delayed. One of the reasons why I was double checking the numbers from this past weekend, but also I needed to find the paper, which of course was nicely packed away from the Crop for Grain Gold. And I didn't realize I sold out of all the Wonderful Day. You can see, and I sold out of the Autumn Cottage Vellum. In my brain, I was going to use Autumn Cottage Vellum, and I was going to use Wonderful Day. Well, of course, I sold out after going through all my bins, and which I had packed so nicely when Brendan helped me pack up. I did find a piece of the Autumn Vellum because I used it in the card kit. So I think I'm going to use it. So here's the situation. We need 2 background pieces, and I think I'm going to use this kind of weathered, whitewashed wood on it, because the pictures are of a retreat at the Lakeside Inn, and it was pouring rain, like a torrential downpour, which sometimes happen. Actually, we had a crazy downpour this year, and it was Stacy's birthday. Yeah, Stacy, you did, and me too. It was Stacy's birthday, and this was a crazy retreat, because this was the retreat that my dad was visiting from Arizona for my grandmother's 99th birthday, and he had a stroke in Daytona while I was in Mount Dora, and so I actually had to leave the retreat for a brief moment and go to the hospital. So it's kind of like this weekend. It was wild. It was like I was running a retreat, and we were having Stacy's birthday, and then my dad had a stroke, and I was running around Florida. So if you're new here, this is just, it's my crazy life. Welcome. All right, so I'm definitely going to use this paper. This was from a theme kit. Creative Memories had these theme packs a couple years ago. So this is from like the Everyday Decor theme pack, but of course, look at it, it has yellows, and I'm totally into the yellows, and it has these little white daisies, and we are always dressing in white at Mount Dora. So that is one of the papers I'm going to cut up for this project recipe. So I need 2 bases, but then I also need 2 pieces to cut up. Now, I always kind of look ahead and look at where these reverses come in. So there's a lot of reverses that we need on here, and we need these reverses for mats. And the mats are like one side, and then the reverse for these little circles. Okay. So I think I'm going to use this for the designer paper too. And then this piece we need for these little strips, and we also need for mats, and it's calling for the reverse, but I think I may, I feel like this wood is too dark. What do you think? I mean, it was a rainy day, and the reverse, there's just not a lot of dark wood. It's kind of all painted. So I grabbed this, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use it as a background or not. I don't know if I'm going to use the vellum as the other background. So here's the situation. For the backgrounds, I could go like a vellum and a white. I want to use this to cut. So I need to find the other piece to cut. This has black. That maybe could work. I'm just trying to think of what that's going to look like on the white. Or if I should do this as the background and just do some white, basically some white mats. There are shape punches. Now I'm seeing here it's punch shapes because they're used like gourds and stuff. But I can grab a flower punch and do that. Now I'm thinking maybe I will use this as a background and use the white. I think I might use the white for this. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch it up. Now, if you have watched me do a project recipe before, then even when sometimes it feels like we're going off course, it always works out. Okay, so now this print I was going to use for designer paper 2, but now I'm going to use for designer paper 1. Oh, also, can everyone hear me okay? Because what happened? Oh, goodness. I was so proud of myself that I grabbed everything, but I didn't. I found it all and then I left it. We need this eventually, not now. It's crazy to think that we're like catching up, kind of. Oh, that's interesting. Because I'm already doing a 2021 page, so I feel like that was just yesterday. Doesn't it feel like just yesterday? Okay. So we want 4 by 6.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it 6.5 first, because then we've got some thin strips. So I'm going to flip out my little arm here, go to 6.5. Losing my, okay. I don't think I'm up high enough here. Go. And then I'm going to do 4 3 times. 2 times, because then the third is already done. All right, so we've got 4 by 6.5. 4 by 6.5 times 3. Then I need 4 3/4 inch strips, and then the rest is for punching. And I thought they were stickers. I didn't even know they were the little pumpkin and gourd punches. I think I can put my hands on some flower punches quick. But I also, since I started late, will not leave you while I do that. Okay. So that's done. We've got 4 12 by 3 3/4 inch. We've got a strip that we're going to punch shapes out of. And then we've got our 3 4-inch by 6.5 inch. And then now we're going to cut designer paper, but made an executive decision to do white, not designer paper, since it's mostly mats. It's the same thing, 4 by 6.5 inch mats, because you saw that was a challenge, I have to say. We've talked about this before, how our photos taking styles have changed through the years, because we used to have a point and shoot camera. And so our picture, we would hold our camera like this and our pictures were all landscape. But now we're holding on to a cell phone like this and taking pictures, and they are mainly portrait. And so so this whole project recipe is all portraits, which actually, if you got a little sneak peek, because it was raining, we all, you know, most everyone, some people ran away from the rain, but most everyone that was at the crop, you know, took pictures out under the Lakeside Inn awning there. And so it worked out so great. And I just, you know, go to the next retreat. So that was amazing that we had all these portrait oriented photos for this recipe. Oh, well, I'm gonna need this, but I grabbed the wrong one. I am gonna need paper. I got the other one. All right, so we need circles. We need blades, and this says 5 1/4 inch circle. So you may not have noticed, but on your custom cutting system, there actually are dimensions listed. So like this one says 3 1/2 and it says 6. So the 6 is on the outside and the 3 1/2 is on the inside with the red blade. And so now we're going to come over here and this says 5. And we want 5 1/4. So we're going to use this one, and then this one also says 2 1/2. It's kind of hard to see. The reason why I put it down here, so this one with the red blade, which is about, you know, 1/8 of an inch off, will cut, like the red blade cuts about 1/8 of an inch out. So this would be 5 with the red blade would be, I'm sorry. The measurement that's listed on here, 5, is indicating what it would be cut with the red blade. So the blue blade cuts farthest from the template. So that one is about, let's see, where's that one gonna go? That one's gonna be about 5 1/2. So 5 1/4 is going to be in between, because the green is in between. So red cuts closest to the template, blue cuts farthest from the template, and the green is in between. So we're going to cut with the green on our mat here, and we got to make sure both of the little prongs are in there. Yeah, great. We all learned something new tonight. And then you can check it, kind of go halfway or over here where it's at its widest, and it's at 5 1/4. So the green, I think it would be too much on the blue. So that's what I'm going with. These ones, oh, they say 2 1/4. So let's see what's in here. This is 2 1/2. So that's cutting with the red blade and it's closest to the template. So we actually want to go in. So we don't want it to be 2 1/2. We want it to be 2 1/4. So let's go with the green on this one. And we want 4 of those. So we're just going to go right like that. We could check it. I mean, this is just for our embellishments, but so I don't think you don't have to, done is better than perfect, right? So if you're unsure of what blade to use and you look on here and you go, okay, well, there's a 2.5 and then there's also a 5. So the 2.5 is going to the middle. So you're going to get in the vicinity of 2.5 no matter what blade you use. If you use the red, it'll be exactly 2.5. And if you use the green or the blue, it's going to be smaller than 2.5. Now, if you have the other Creative Memories circle cutter, you can dial in exactly what you want and cut it that way. Of course, I have them because I have all the tools that Creative Memories comes out with, but I just love the custom cutting system. I'm just not gonna lie. All right, so we are cut. We're ready to go. I decided to use the vellum as a background, which is interesting. I'll be putting in a top loading sleeve. So what if they're on the, the page that's behind it is going to be, a print. So I'm going to probably have to put like a white sheet behind it unless I just happen to have a white sheet, a white page. It's the last one I used. But I think it's going to look pretty on this just as a change of pace. All right, let's start laying it out. It's a really simple recipe. We are going to use 2 of these white ones on the green and 1 of these flower ones. Now we can decide if we want, I think I probably want that because then these are going to go along the bottom, the 3.5 inch, and we'll use the reverse. And I like that already. And then on this page over here, we're going to do yellow, yellow, white, and then we're going to do the same. And then once we pop these pictures on, wow, that's going to be awesome. Oh, and then I can't wait. I showed everyone at our spring fling and also at St. Simon's something great about circles and our 12-inch cutter. So stay tuned for that. All right, let's get this down. Where's that tape runner I had? I'm going to center these the best we can. I can try to get fancy here. Ooh, especially with the vellum bonus because it's kind of see-through, and if I put it on this mat then I can really kind of see what the center is. So here's the center, 6, so I can go 3. All right, I can go like that, and that is the center. So it's like 2 3/4. Now this was 4, 4, and 4, so they are going to be butted right up next to each other. Now you could overlap them a little bit if you wanted some space on the side, but our project recipe does not show for that, except for some reason. All right, so it's 4, 4, and 4, and there should be 12 inches, but sometimes paper is a smidge, like the paper industry allows them so much of a variance, which can get, annoying for those that are very particular about such things. This is one of those recipes, that I love because it gives the appearance, right, that this piece of paper goes all the way behind these, but it's just these little strips. To me, that's just, I love it. It's like a little cheat code. All right, so we do need to decide how we want these wood slats going. And what do you think? Should the wood slats go with these strips and these go against the grain, if you will. I feel like you lose some of the wood variation of color by doing that, but I might also actually find it a little more aesthetically pleasing than to have all those slats coming out. What do you think? You think keep it going with the slats like this, or do you like it seeing more of the wood like that? Let's show it let's look at that with the pictures. So there's a lot of vertical lines, so maybe actually I like it going, yeah, I think I like it going up and down because there's a lot of vertical lines going on in the picture. Is that what you were thinking, Deb? Now I can find that center again. Now I can cheat because I can just hold it up to the other page, or I can just do it the same way because I remember what it was. And it was that. I think I'm going to do maybe the sides and then the middle. So that way, if there's any variation. Okay, so that's funny. The other one, it was like, it must have been the white. Maybe the white paper was a little, I don't know, something was a little off because I had extra on the white, and now it seems like it's short. All right. And now we'll put our flowers, which is going to be so pretty. And I just realized, so in 2021, we were there in April, and that's when we will be returning in 2025. We will be returning in April. Hopefully we won't have rain. It will not be on Stacy's birthday, but it will be close to Stacy's birthday. Okay, now it's time to just do our circles, right? So this one we need to cut in half. And this is the way this page is setting up so far. And I'm going to cut this in half, but I want to show you something cool with and I met you, if you're watching and you have been to an event where I've done a demo with the 12-inch trimmer, you may have seen this. But if you have a circle and you want to cut the middle, other than just trying to measure it, you can just set it right in this little trough here, right where the cutter lays in there. The blade cuts right up the center. So if you just nest this little circle right in this little spot right there, and you do like this, then you will have a perfect, you will cut your circle in half perfectly. So that is a little trick. Sometimes it's tricky to try to trim circles perfectly, but you don't have to stress about it if you have the 12-inch trimmer. It'll just fit right like that. All right, so now we're just going to add this half circle down here, and then 2 other circles go here, and I'm thinking now maybe I need some yellow pens, do some stitching around the outside of this. That might look cute because I've got a lot of white going on here. I use a lot of white cardstock though. I'm not ashamed to say it. I just, there's something about a white mat. I don't know what it is. Depending on the pictures, they really pop. You can see I kind of went a little not super straight across, even though in the recipe they actually are sitting straight across. All right, so we've got our basic page out there. And now we can trim these pictures up. So the nice thing about the project recipe, they'll say 3.5 by 6. And I normally go a little larger than that, but of course this is 6. So I could still do 6 and go a little wider. I'm going to try it. Instead of 3.5, I'm going to try 3 3/4. Now I did try to find, I was like, oh, I'll just do like 5 of these. Okay, so I've got all of these and they all lakeside in. Where were we? I don't know. I wonder. But then I this is all I had in my historian under this retreat, and I thought, wow, I really was out of it because of everything going on with my dad and everything. And then I thought, wait, let me check historian just by the date. And then of course I found the picture, and I found this picture the first night after I set up, and so I decided I wanted to include those too. However, we've got this situation. I've got a close-up of the group, and then I've got a farther away of the group, which has yet again the lakeside in awning. I think I kind of like the one with the awning just because it shows more of the historic building, even though this one we can see our faces a little better, a little closer, but I can see everybody on here. So let me start with that. I don't necessarily need this picture of me, although, wow, my face was very puffy. And of course I want to include Stacy's birthday. And then I've got these. Now, I don't necessarily need this lakeside in in every single one. I could trim these off and combine, you know, some of these. And then I will have, or at least just one of them, and then I'll have enough room to do all of those. I also, you know, could make sure everyone's eyes are open. They are. And I could just not chop them up, but only include 4. What do you think? Then I'm thinking, because I've got this green awning chilling up here, that I can just kind of overlap the picture there. So I think that's the way we're going to attack this. Maybe maybe I'll put these 2 over here by Stacy, and then we'll go like that. And then I'm going to trim off a little. I don't want to lose too much of the flowers. They're a nice pop of color. But let's see how this looks. All right, let's attack it. So we're going to go, instead of 3.5, this is beautiful sunset. See, this was the first night. But see, I've got Matt around, and let's see, let me just do, using the new trimmer. Do you have it? Do you love it? What say you? I'm going to go 1/2 and 1/2 on this one. This was a cute spot to take pictures. I should have looked at this before our retreat a couple weeks ago, because that would have been fun to kind of repeat, having everyone go in small groups. I might have to take off that extra 1/4 inch. Let's take it off my face. Maybe not 1/4. All right, I'm going to do another 1/8. Just for giggles, because I just love this paper and I want to see it. So I'm going, okay, let's get this, where's the, let me try that, Dad. Let me see if that'll fit. I will definitely lose, well, maybe the big one. I might be able to do it on the big one. Let's see. I wanted to do the small because I liked having the awning, but just for giggles, let's try it. And then we're almost done here. This is one of those nights where, you know, we got things on things around here. All right, where's that other group shot? Here it is. I think we might be able to do it. Now, what did I do? Did I do the blue? Now I can't remember. It was so long ago. Can someone rewind this? What's this one? It wasn't even that thing. All right, yes. I believe it was the blue. So I'll need to try to cut with the green because we're going to want to go down a blade. And where's the half? Because I have to imagine, I got to look at where that's going to cut. So I want to make sure that I get everyone. Now, I could also do it on the other side and go down this way. I'm gonna try it the other way though, because then I'm gonna get some green at the bottom. All right, we don't want to end up losing Rosie's head. All right, I think this is gonna work. This is a good suggestion, Deb. Oh, Deb or Jen, you think I know I used green on the little circles. Did I use green on this one? I just saw what you said after I hopefully. Now I'm trying to line up the banister. See, I'm setting this in here so that we get the middle, but I'm trying to line up the banister and not lose anyone's head. Okay, that works. There it is. Oh, wait, you're right, Jen. I did use green. No. So I need to use red. Okay, so this is, you can go smaller. You can't go bigger because these little grippy things on the back. Jen, you were right. I should have looked up sooner there. So you still have little grippy things to use it. So I can still go red. And then we can just take off that little amount. You can't add back on, but you can take more off. And then now that will be matted, but I want to see about tucking under. Oh, goodness. Without losing Rosie. Cute. Okay, we are a little crooked. It's a close shave of Rosie's head. Okay. All right. We're just peeking out. That was fun. Thanks, Deb. That was a great suggestion. I didn't think that would work. Oh, I maybe could have done a flip flap. All right, let me just trim these up and we can, or not we, but I can go shower. Okay, now this is the one we were thinking about possibly. Now, aesthetically, the picture of Stacy, you know, the other ones are all like in the rain and on the porch. Well, actually, except for the sunset one. But that was part of the story that weekend, so I really wanted to include it. And sometimes the story is more important than the aesthetics, maybe. Some of you might disagree. It's all about the aesthetics. For me, it's the story. So that was all part of the weekend. The crazy weekend. All right, so I am gonna put both of those on there. And let's see. Well, it's 6, so we're going 3. And I'm gonna go, I think I'm gonna go to 3 right here. And then I'll just do a little bit off of the bottom because we want a little bit of space around the pictures. Now I was thinking, oh, well, maybe I can have my cake and eat it too. Is there one that's more, that one maybe would have been better, but Stacy's already right next to that. Now I'm trying to see where that's getting cut. Because I'm going to end up with some funky, pieces of the awning, but I think I worked it out. This is like Sesame Street, this thing. That might bother me a tad. Oh, I forgot they were 6.5, not 6. So that should have been a little longer. That's okay. I actually like it with a little more white around the edge of that one. Although Stacy would probably look better on the white, just with those cream colors. Anyway. Deb, you're just on fire tonight. Let me see what I can do with that. I don't know if it's big enough. But after I get these attached, we will give it a whirl. All right. So that is how this page is shaping up. And I think I need a longer one, but I could do this one. Why not? Now that we know the proper size. All right, let me hold this straight. Since right now it's not in at all, we may as well try to get it in. I'm using the little rubber feet to, okay, and I need to use the red. I'm using the little rubber feet to try to keep it going the right direction. Cute. Well, the other lakeside in, but the little lakeside in is in that, and we filled that space. Wait, let's use our 12-inch trimmer and make sure that this is nice and straight. put that, settle that right in. And we can use all right. We did lose the flowers, but that's all right. That's cute. We're a little, I just taped on this little piece of scrap here. Okay. So we ended up getting 2 group pictures in there, and like I will want to do our drawing because it's already 10 after 8. But I can go back and I can add some yellow flowers in these little spots, and then go back and add a journal box, and then this page is done. And I just love the project recipes, because if you kind of are, you know, stuck in a rut, all your pages seem to look the same, you're not feeling creative, it can kind of, you know, get you out of that. And if you've watched a project recipe with me enough, then you know that it only takes about an hour, and that's with me, you know, talking and so, you know, for an hour you can have a great page. And I do find that if you're using a project recipe, it's hard to have things printed. I like to look at my project recipe and print in mind. So I knew what project recipe we were doing tonight. I looked at the pictures and printed the pictures with the project recipe in mind. So if you're going to use project recipes, maybe to power layout, and you haven't printed the pictures yet, I would suggest that you do that. That you just, you know, if a project layout grabs you, or if you just want to say, you know what, I'm going to use, you know, 10 project recipes, and then make, you know, print the pictures to fit those. Anyway, so that's kind of, that's all I have to say about that. If you're just hopping on, we raised nearly $6,000 for the Cannonballs for Cane Foundation. I look for a post in a little bit, as soon as I shower, and I will post the total. And if you would like to donate and you weren't able to do so until now, you can go to cannonballs.org and do that right now. And now let us see who our lucky winner is. You do need to be present to win. Hopefully our winner is with us right now. And if they are not, we will draw again. May the odds be ever in your favor. Nancy, are you still on with us? I saw her on there before, joining us from New York. When are you coming back to us? Soon, I hope. Nancy's probably saying, I will be waiting until all of these storms are gone. Are you still with us, Nancy? I know I went a little late. I'm sorry. Thanks for hanging out. Yay! Congratulations, Nancy. You are our winner tonight. And hopefully we will see you soon in Florida. Drive safe when you do. And thank you, everyone, for joining me tonight. If you haven't signed up for Croptoberfest, you can still do that. There's still room for you. We hope you'll join us on October 18th and 19th. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thank you, everyone that attended the Crop for Gray and Gold and donated. And yes, hopefully I'm not headed back tomorrow. Maybe I can convince my mom to stay for my birthday this weekend, and we'll head back after that. So anyway, I will see you all very soon. Until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Bye-bye.